Nearly all can stop stuttering and even learn to love to speak under pressure and thus elevate their lives. You too can do this. In closing, I urge you to remember the words of Sun Tzu, the Chinese general circa 500 BC, who said, quote, every battle is won before it is fought, unquote. So, to win your battles, you must begin by believing that you can. For help on that subject, as I often quote, never forget the words of Henry Ford, the inventor of the automobile. When I say I can or I can't, I'm right. So, ladies and gentlemen, say I can.
Thank you so much, Coach Lee. Those were there was a lot of valuable words of wisdom, and it felt like a cheat sheet to life. So thank you for that again.
That was a great speech. Lots and lots of stuff in there. Worth hearing again and again, I think. Um, I love the thing about do your best, be as loving, and train your mind. I mean, I'm going to try and hold on to that and write that down. I found for myself, because I met you when I was older than most of the people have met you. I think I had a little more perspective about myself when I met you. So, I'm married, children, successful at my job. Um, so when you mention being perfectionist and also concerns about others, that was definitely me and is actually still me now, but not as much as it was. And I think your program was like just came at the right. Well, it would have been better if I took your program when I was younger, but your program wasn't around. But it came at the right time that I think I was really ready for it. And I think your program, especially the mind training and everything else involved, really, really helped me. So thanks.
You're welcome, very welcome, Gary. It's great to see you again. And I'm so happy for you. It wasn't a quick solution for you, but you sure beat it. So thanks for hanging with us and staying with it. And I'm hoping that you're close to or already have taught yourself to love to speak, even under pressure, even when you're surprised.
Hey Lee, that was a fantastic talk as always. I guess my question is kind of piggybacking off of what Gary said about perfection. I find that that's certainly something that I struggle with because I'm always looking for complete and total perfection, and when I don't get that, I feel like I've failed somehow. So is there any tips you can give us on how to keep that battle fresh in the front of our mind? Because I feel like the further along in your fluency journey you get, the more that perfection kind of slips in without you noticing, because it's just easy to do the more fluent you become.
Clifton, the thing about it is everyone here has suffered or suffers perfectionism. And the thing is, some perfectionism is a very good thing. It helps us try to do best, and that's a wonderful thing. It's when we really expect to be perfect, or like if I want a high jump, the world record is about 7 feet 3 inches or something. If I try, I can high jump 3 feet maybe, or maybe four, I don't know, but I'm not going to break 7.3. That's unrealistic. So I think you got to draw the line at where it's beyond, if not your abilities, maybe any human's abilities to accomplish as much perfectionism as you'd like to do. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't. Again, if you can just change your focus a hair from "I'll be perfect" or else to "I'm going to do my best" or else, if you can just shift it to best, I think you're home free. And that's what all of us try and do. But we're all making mistakes every day, misjudgments and so forth. So we have to keep correcting, and that's one of the purposes of mind training. When we're feeling negative, depressed, and that sort of thing, that's what we need to change our thinking. So
Lee, I just wanted to say that was a fantastic speech as always. I wish it could have been a little bit longer since I feel it was kind of short. Just kidding. Your content and cadence are always exceptional. And, on this week of Thanksgiving, I just want to give you thanks for everything you've done for me as an individual, but more importantly, as a whole, for this wonderful community of kindred spirits. All I have to say is that your holistic methods work. They stop stuttering, but more importantly, they elevate lives to heights never thought possible. So God bless you for creating what we now know as the neuroscience method. So thank you, my friend.
Well, thanks for the kind words, and thank you for your help with our program, your support, for being here today and saying what you do and spreading the gospel, as our gospel, as much as you can, because Lord knows I'm not going to be here forever, and we got 80 million people out there that need help. So there's a big job here, and I'm hoping that more of you guys and girls will hang in there and help us with this effort, because Lord knows it's needed.
Your speech was amazing as always. It was just a summary of this entire program. And one specific thing about perfection that you said, Coach Lee. In Japan, there's a concept called wabi-sabi. So it basically means appreciating the beauty in imperfections. So, for example, if a flower vase breaks, right, and shatters into pieces, what Japanese does, what they do is they bond it back using gold, so it becomes even more valuable. So I just wanted to share this interesting concept that's there in Japan. And the other thing that you told about the opinions of others, right? Opinions of others are not facts. It's just their opinions, right? And the more we pay attention to it, the more we are taking the burden of others on us. And when I did that, I was not able to use my crutches freely with so much freedom. What I would always think, okay, if I sing, they might judge. So I will dial down my singing. But the moment I, didn't pay much attention to others' opinions, and, I was as loving as I can be, and I was the best version of I am. So when I did all these things, I was having more freedom to actually use the crutches the way I wanted. I was able to sing freely whenever I wanted, and this helped me to beat stuttering much faster. So these are the 2 points that I wanted to share, Coach Lee.
Thank you.
I've participated, as chairman of this august organization for 1 year now on your Saturday Sam Talks. This is the first time I've ever gone through direct training by Coach Lee, because it's Coach Lee's, pupils, I guess, who have successfully conquered stuttering all the way from teenagers to Gary. And Gary, you look much younger than 70. And you should keep that up. But I was really taken by Lee's remarks today, because I've never really heard them directly. I've never been a participant that way. So, Coach, good job. Nice to see everybody. A big turnout here. It is Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States, and all that. But we had a really great turnout, 30 to 35 people on this. So I always love participating, and thanks always for including me.
Glad to have you. Thanks, Tom. So asthma, before we turn on, let me just say thank you for your efforts today. And also note that for those of you who don't know, Asma, she was originally from Qatar. She's in school in Canada now, and she has 2 sisters, and she was the youngest one of 3 stutterers. And she came to us first at age 15 and beat it within a matter of months. And then her sisters did as well. And they use singing in part. around the table. They sang to each other when they were stuttering in part, and that seemed to help with their process. But she's very brave, very alert, very intelligent, and she found us on her own. No parent, no older person gave her any steers. She got here on her own, was a 15-year-old kid. So hats off to Asma. And Asma, you sound great, incidentally. You sound great. And thanks for your efforts today.
Thank you so much, Coach Lee. I would not have been this far without your effort and guidance. It's time to close our meeting. I hope that everyone enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers. I will now end with our motto. Feel free to say it along with me. If you can say one word, anywhere, anytime, you can say and love to say any word, anywhere, anytime. Until next Saturday, have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.